Hello everyone. Good morning or good afternoon as per your respective time zones. On behalf of entire Mastek Managed Services team, we would like to welcome you all to the 24C Global Human Resource Advisory webinar session. This importance is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as part of this quarterly release that Oracle provides. My name is Sachin Mishra and I am an Oracle HCM consultant at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for this session. I'm glad to introduce my colleague Balu Sarandri, who is an SCM expert and part of our vast SCM team at Mastek. Today, he will take us through all the global human resource updates for 24C quarter release. This session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we will make sure that we also spare some time to answer all the questions that you may have. We also have a panelist available, Aditya Goswami, so you can ask any questions through chat or question panel. Before we move to the agenda, let's have a quick look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey you our approach towards Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We will be taking you through vital analysis for the 24C updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporate new features and updates easily into the system. Also, we will sync you on any bugs, known issues if there are any. It's good to have an interactive session, so please do ask questions through chat or question panel. We will answer them at the end of the session. And in case if we run out of time, we will make sure to respond to you by connecting you at later stage to answer all your questions. So list of new features coming into 24C. Detailing on features, you get brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is what are the business benefits and important takeaway for you as a decision maker. So there are four components which we have done in-depth analysis of features which we are going to present to you. The first one is impact level analysis, which demonstrate the impact on the end user. If it is low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. But if it's high, then we need to opt for regression testing. Second one is which we all aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle, and there are some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the feature. There would be certain configurations which may be required or some can be used within the system. And the last one is quick win. This term we use to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and efforts to make use of this feature. So with this, I'm handing over to my colleague, Balu Salandri. Balu, please unmute yourself. All the best. The stage is yours.
Yes, thank you for that good introduction and the analysis that you have given, the approach that we are following. So, greetings, everyone, team. So, myself, Balu Salandri, and let's go through the new features that are being released by the Oracle in Global HR as a part of 24C release. So, here is our analysis for the latest release new features. So, we have 33 new features that are being released in the 24C quarterly update by Oracle, among which 24 are default quick wins, wherein we don't need to do any configurations to utilize them and we can straight away utilize those features. And we have 9 opt-ins, among which one is into REST, where we need to do some sort of good configurations and testing before utilizing that. All other 8 fall in such a category where you just enable a profile option or a quick win, a small with the little configuration, and you can utilize them. So let us go through the first type of features which are default with no configurations. These are quick wins. The first feature that we have is in person name style validation. So there is a new column here added in the name style named as mark as active by the Oracle. With this, we can deselect or uncheck the box where we don't want the attribute that we don't want. Let's say we are not capturing middle names for an example. Okay, so we can just uncheck this particular box here and that will not be visible for the users in the front end when they are doing transactions or process that uh, where we have to enter the name of the person or an employee, hire an employee, and family and emergency contacts and personal details are the pages which are most likely reflected. Okay, so one thing here to note is we cannot make last name attribute as inactive because it is by default delivered as required by the Oracle. So any such attribute which are delivered as required by Oracle, that those cannot be made inactive. As we can see, it is freezed here on the screen. Okay. And the next feature is into document of record. So in the document of record attachments on Redwood pages, we can now preview the reference information attachments or a document record attachments without downloading them. So you can just click on this preview option here, preview icon here that is provided both on a new document record page or in the uh, document record page where in the preview and attachment section both. So here we need not download the document of record and can be previewed. The other feature is into increase length of document record attributes. With this feature, now Oracle has increased the length of attributes and number of characters that can be entered for attributes number, issuing location, issuing authority, and issuing comments. So as we can see here, we'll be able to enter 150 characters in number and 100 characters in issuing location and issuing authority each. And in the comments area, we will be able to enter 4,000 characters. With this, we'll be able to enter more characters in these attributes to give very detailed uh, uh, information in the document record. So moving to the next page, next feature is into preview journey task documents without having to download them. So we have a preview option for the documents that are attached in the journeys as well. So we can preview various attachments in journey tasks without downloading them to a local folder. And we can preview the attachment in journey document tasks as well as the attachments in the completed journey task. So let's see here we have a preview option of that particular task where we can click on that preview option and we can see the document here. And here is the example of a completed task that we have. In the completed task as well, we have option to preview the attachments that are uploaded. So this is how the documents can be viewed. So users can have a quick preview of the attachments on the journey pages itself and without downloading them. The next feature is in navigate to journey activity tab for the selected journey templates. Okay, so for a selected journey template in the journey console, you go to explore tab. So just by clicking on this activity icon here, it will take us to the activity tab directly and we can see the status of the journey, whether it is completed or is in progress that way. And you can further drill down by just clicking on that particular journey there and you can see the completion status, when was it assigned and when was that end dated, what was the source of allocation and all. Further, you can also go to that particular journey and view the activity. This is just the other way of navigating to the same page. The next feature is into enhanced nudge configurations for journeys. So when we are configuring nudges for the journeys, we used to write the journey name and the task name here manually. Now from now on, we have a list of values in this area. So all those journeys and the tasks that are configured in the system will be available here on the nudge page to select them. So users can readily select the pre-populated journey name and task name from the list of values instead of entering the code manually. Okay. Let's move to the next uh, area where we have multiple processes updates in the Redwood employment pages. So these are the enhancements that we have in a Redwood employment update process. Now, Redwood employment update process have been enhanced with the following features, where the automatic calculation of full-time equivalent FTE and headcount will happen based on the uh, selection of the position. Okay, so FT and headcount will be automatically calculated based on the number of employees that are there on that position that way. And the other process update is derivation of probation end date and probation period. So earlier we did not have this feature on the Redwood pages. Now probation end date and probation period are automatically derived. When you give an probation end date, your probation period is calculated and vice versa. Okay, so the other process update is defaulting of location from the department. So when we select a department, automatically you will get an option to select the location. I mean, location will be automatically updated and you can opt whether to have a same location or not. And the ability to add non-workers as a manager is another process update that we have. So we'll be able to add the non-workers as a managers to the employees. And display of remaining working hours in the weekly working hour step is another process update that we have. Apart from these, we also have these listed attributes in the Redwood process to capture work or an assignment information in the assignment pages. So the added attributes are adjusted FTE, assignment number, assignment standard working hours, assignment status, derived standard working hours, including grade step progression, notice period, primary assignment, projected end date, and standard annual working duration. So with these, process are simplified with the automatic defaulting capabilities and additional fields. Moving ahead to the next feature, we have got an additional filter of legal employer on a Redwood location search page. So in the Redwood location search page, as we can see, we have a filter here. And when we click on these filters, we'll be given a list of filters that that we can have. So you can select the legal employers. So basically this will be useful when you have same locations tagged to multiple employers and you want only those locations which are tagged to this particular legal entity. So if you want to search it that way, then we can use legal employers for this location as a filter. So this is how it is shown when a legal employer name is given and you search. We had multiple locations in that page, and we can see only one particular one location which we have searched is there against this legal entity. The next feature is on grade rates. So search and filter grade rate values in Redwood grade rates page we have. So we can search and filter the grade rate values on the Redwood grade rate pages. With this, if you, let's say you have multiple values against grades, so you have many grades and grade rates that you have defined, and you want to find out a range or a value for a particular grade, then you can just go here and search the grade rate values. You can type in the grade rate that you want to search for and it is displayed. Let's say grade 525 is the grade that you want to search, and among the list of all the grades you will be easily able to identify that grade and review the information. Sorry. So the next feature is on jobs and position pages. So earlier we had option for viewing the profiles on classic and responsive UIs. So we also now with in from the 24C release, we'll be able to view the position profiles from in the Redwood pages as well. So we can navigate to the page. As we know, we can go to my client group, show more, workforce structures, and you select jobs or positions and search for a position. And among the list of actions that you have open job profiles. When you click on it, it will take us to the profile page. From here, you can directly go and view the profile of a job or a position. Okay. The next feature is improved hierarchy navigation for Team Activity Center. So we have got Team Activity Center that was released quite a few releases. So we need to enable a profile option as well for enabling a team activity centers. So if you are using a team activity center, then on my team tab, action panel, click on team activity center and you can navigate to organization hierarchy or a position hierarchy from the team activity center page. So when you click on organization hierarchy here, then you can view the complete organization hierarchy and this page will display the employees, okay, and the count as well based on locations or you say total departments. So let's see snap here to further understand. When you click on these locations, we can see there are different locations here and it gives the number of employees that are allocated in each location. So this way even it goes the same way with departments as well. You can view the total direct reports here and also you can view the position hierarchy in the same way. When you click on the position hierarchy, it displays the position and you have also got the incumbents and all reports that we can view using the position hierarchies. So this is how it is shown. And moving to the next feature, we have family and emergency contacts region supported as embedded application task in journeys. So from now on, we can create a journey to capture or collect the details of family and emergency contacts from the employees if required. And as we know, we can select the in the type of task we can select it as embedded application task and the family and emergency contacts embedded application task is available for you to select. And when you select this, users will be able to add the contact details this way when a task is assigned to them. So they can create a new contact and give the details. It is the same page that we can see from our family and emergency contacts. They'll be navigated to the same area. They can fill in the details, their information, and they can view and they can add multiple contacts. Okay, and once it is done, they can click on done to complete the task. That is how family and emergency contacts can be captured using journeys. Now we have skills and qualification region also supported as an embedded application task in journeys. So it will be easier to complete the skills and qualifications embedded task as well, right? Embedded application task with reduced navigation by using specific sections under tasks and regions embedded in a journey. For an example, we can collect the information of accomplishments section particularly in a skills and qualification using this journey. That can also be done. So when a task is assigned to a user, then they'll be able to add the accomplishments and submit and complete the task. This is how an accomplishment is added by the user and it shows the completed training accomplishment. Same way, license and certifications is the other area, other section in the skills and qualifications that we have. You can select that section and create a journey to collect the details of license and certifications from the employees. This is how a license and certifications can be created by the employees when a task is assigned and they can complete the task. The other task that we have is into compensation information fragments supported as embedded application task in a journey. So for an example, if they want to capture any salary information or you say there is a task that has to be done by the HR on a particular action or something like that uh, on a salary, then you can use this embedded application task into journey and we can assign it to the HR. So this is how salary details can be updated when a task is assigned. So we have enhanced document of record embedded application task in journeys. This is another good new area that we have in journeys now. You can use a document of records as an embedded application task and you can select the document that needs to be performed. When it is assigned to the employee, they will be performing the action of filling the details of the document record and submitting. And if an approval is configured for that particular document of record, then it will be submitted for approval and users can also view the details of pending approval from the journey task. The other feature is on HCM position hierarchy from Redwood positions. So now we can open the HCM position hierarchies from position directly. So we can go to the position, search for a position from workforce structures, and from the actions list, you can click on HCM position hierarchy, and the position hierarchy is shown here. And you can also just click on this drop down here and edit the position, whichever the position we want to update. If you have an access to update the position, then you will be able to edit the position from the position hierarchy. This is how it can be done. You can fill in the details. Once you click on that edit, you will be landed to this edit position page. You can update the details and submit it for approval if approvals are configured. The other feature is into default expense account and people group flex fields in add person flows. So we have different add person flows, right? Hiring an employee, contingent worker, pending worker, or a converting pending worker, creating a work relationship. So on all these areas, on all these flows, you have got an option to add your people key flex fields attributes. Like attributes are there and you can fill in the details and while performing these actions. This is how you can search for the costing segments and add them to a person while performing the transaction. So moving to the next category of features, these are defaults with configurations. Okay, where we need to do a bit of configurations to utilize them. Okay, so simplified data entry and Redwood employment update process is the first feature that we have in this category. So we have Redwood employment update process that have been enhanced with these features. So we have parameters for descriptive flex fields. So descriptive flex fields on your assignments can be used as parameters in different areas, and selection of effective date based on the assignment start and end date. So probably you'll not be able to search for a record if the date effective date is before the assignment start date and after the assignment start date. We'll have to make sure the effective date is within the range of the assignment. Okay. Then validation of future dated records. As we see, there is a guided flow future dated records. You can configure them on the enterprise HCM information to none or error or warning. Based on that, future dated records validation will be applicable. And check for the future incumbents on the change position. So on the same HCM enterprise information task, you have a checkbox to apply incumbent validation on the positions as well. So with this, organizations can streamline their process with these additional capabilities. The other feature is hiding a URL field in the Redwood document of records attachment. So we have business rules supported for the document of record pages. With this, we will be able to hide the URL. Maybe in most of the tasks, if we say this is not required in most of the documents, then we can go and hide it on that particular document of record. How you do that is using Visual Builder Studio. So we can go to that particular document record and navigate to Visual Builder Studio, and in the page properties you can make it to no. When you update it to no, the URL will be disappeared. URL attribute will be disappeared from the document of record. So this is the customization that you can do on a Redwood pages of document of records. Now you can also hide download button on document record list pages. So we can hide download button. As we can see, by default this button is displayed on the document of record list page, right? So if you don't want that to happen, you don't want the users to download unnecessarily, then you can navigate to that particular document of record and make the show document button. You can delete the show document button from me, and employees as a self-service, they will not be able to download the documents. So as you can see, they don't have option to download from here now. The other feature is like on a personal information of an employee. Usually, employee don't have the option to add or edit the national identifiers and biographical information, right? So by default, they are not available. But still, if you want the employees to update these details, then we can you change change them. I mean, we can personalize them using Visual Builder Studio, and you can show the add icon on the national identifiers using Visual Builder Studio rules, and you can show edit icon in the national identifier section, and you can show the edit icon for biographical information also. So for this, employee role must have these privileges so that they can perform that action even if you show this particular icons on the page. Like manage personal national identifier is the privilege for national identifiers, and manage personal biographical information is the privilege that you must include in the employee role to so that employee can update these details. So this feature enables you to expose the appropriate icons using page properties so that employees can add and or edit their national identifier information and biographical information. Next feature is into work patterns. So you can now define which week of the work pattern cycle to use as an anchor while assigning a multi-week work pattern to a worker. So usually the cycle starts with the anchor week for the particular employee. We have, let's say we have multiple week pattern that is already configured, and there is a new employee who is starting from the mid of a month, let's assume, and that mid month falls into the second week of that work pattern. Then while assigning this work pattern to an employee, we can set the week 2 as an anchor week so that his schedule starts from that week. So also we can define a non-working week to use in multi-work week pattern. Let's say you have 3 weeks as a work pattern, and first 2 weeks are working and third week is non-working. So you can also create a new shift type and set it as non-working week, and we can add it to the pattern and the template. This is how you can add them. And with this you will be able to identify that employees doesn't have uh, employees has a non-working week in their work pattern or from so and so particular time to time. So these enhancements help you to define accurate patterns for your workers. The next feature is into business rule support for Redwood document record pages. So business rules, Visual Builder Studio business rules are supported for document record pages as well. Now we'll be able to make the attributes on a document record either read only or required or editable or optional, or hide them as well. So what you need to do, you need to navigate to the document record, open the Visual Builder Studio from the top right corner, and go to create a new rule, duplicate an existing rule, and you can make changes. If you want to make this particular as read only, this particular attribute as read only, then you make it to read only. Or if you want to make it as editable, you can make it to editable. Same way you can make it as a visible or a hidden. And also you can default the values. Let's say you want the country value to be defaulted all the time. Sorry, you don't have an option, I think. So let's say you want to make date 2 or any other data as a read only. Then uh, you make it read only, and if you want to default the value for that particular read only attribute, you can default the value from here. This is just an example that I have given. And you can customize the document records by configuring the business rules for specified document type and thus personalize the user's experience. So the other business rule support for the document record for validations. Right. So validations was you can put a validations like we used to do it in page composers or other customizations. You can also put validations for which roles you want this rule to be applicable of that sort. Okay. So the other feature is into support for business rules when creating journey and task from Explore tab. So when you create a journey or a task from the Explore from a journey console, then we have a business rule support here as well. Let's say you want to edit uh, onboarding journey, and you want this background image for this journey to be hidden. Then you navigate to business Visual Builder Studio after navigating to that particular onboarding journey, and then you make the background image as hidden. You need to duplicate the rule. As we know, we duplicate the rule, and from the attributes in the sections we can make this section as hidden. We can see it here. Yeah, so it is made as hidden, and then you see the onboarding journey type, there is no background image, so users will not be able to upload background image for onboarding journey anymore. So these kind of changes can be done, personalizations can be done using Visual Builder Studio on journeys as well. So the next features are quick win opt-ins, where you need to enable a profile option or do a little bit of configuration to enable to utilize these features basically. So the first feature is generate representatives for non-workers. So this is a profile option that you need to enable to utilize these features. So with this, the non-workers can now see their representatives through self-service, and line managers and HR representatives can also see the representatives of a non-worker. As we can see, usually for an employee we see a representative, but for non-workers and non-workers it was not there. From now on, after 24C, for non-workers also we can see the representatives. Sorry. So the approvals and transactions are now routed for non-workers as well. The next feature is into alerts. So we have alert composer, resource alert performance. So if we have multiple alerts scheduled for the same point in time, so usually a system will take more time if there is a high volume of data, right? So to overcome this, there is there we can enable this profile option, ORC HRC alert incompatibility enabled. And with this, what happens is, even though two alerts are scheduled on same point in time, what happens is, uh, and it is on the same resource, then they will run in a sequential manner, one after the other. Okay, so this is how you can enable the profile option, and when the alerts are scheduled, they are automatically processed one after the other. The next feature is into Redwood experience for standalone guided journey configuration. So now we can navigate to guided journeys directly from my client groups, show more area. Okay, and we can create a guided journey. Let's say you want to create a guided journey for a promote option, then you go to guided journey and click on create, and you can give the basic information details for a journey, and then you create a task for it from the same area, and you can activate it. Once it is activated, then you can review it one, and also give a security on the guided journey. So this is how you can configure, and you can also deactivate the journey from this area. Okay, so this is how it looks once it is done. So the other feature that we have is into Redwood only. So Redwood experience for enterprise HCR information. So we have a Redwood HCM enterprise information also. That this page is also built in Redwood experience. We'll be able to make all those actions that we used to do in the responsive UI on the Redwood pages as well. So we can update, correct, and delete the records on HCM enterprise page using fewer clicks. So this is how you can correct the details on HCM enterprise HCM information. And the Redwood experience for legislative data groups is also applicable from 24C. So we will be having better user experience with the new LDGs, legislative data group pages developed using Redwood toolset. So we can create the legislative data groups, and we can also delete the legislative data groups. We can create, edit, and delete legislative data groups using fewer clicks. And the navigation for legislative data group page is from my client group, show more, and workforce structure section. You can click on legislative data group to navigate to LDG on Redwood pages. We have also got the Redwood experience for cancel work relationship. So cancel work relationship task can also be performed using Redwood UI now. So we can you making use of cancel work relationship Redwood UI, you will be able to select the sections of when and why, and also add the additional information if you want to capture anything while performing this transaction. Okay, and do the same all same kind of details and the process flows that you need to do using responsive UI. Same follows here as well. Okay, you also got work relationship information, which is read only when you're canceling a work relationship for any employee. So we have got Redwood experience for termination and resign employment pages as well. So when you're terminating an employee, you can navigate to quick actions page under my team section, employment subsection, and search for the employee and perform the transaction. We can also reverse terminate. As we can see, once the transaction of termination is completed, now you can also correct the termination or reverse terminate actions can also be performed using the same navigations for that employee for whom termination has been done. Sorry. So Redwood experience for resignation. Here we go. It is from me, employment subsection. You navigate and you can include the information that you want to all the sections. You give the details same way, and like date and termination notification date and actual termination date and all, you fill those details and submit the transaction. Once it is submitted, let's say you want to withdraw the resignation, then you can navigate to the same page from the same navigation and you can withdraw the resignation. You have got an option of withdrawing the resignation as well. So with these, we have completed the default ones, and we have one feature in the REST opt-ins as well. So in this, we'll be able to send the worker salary related information related notifications using Alert Composer. So we can create the templates to send salary related notifications to people in the organization using the Alert Composer tool from now on. So this resource has been added. So just let's say for an example, you want to create an alert template to notify employees about salary changes for their assignments. Then you can create a worker salary a related notification alert using Alert Composer. Okay. Also, if you want to create a template to notify line managers within a month of the next salary review date about information they need to review and take actions, then in that case also you can create a notification using Alert Composer so that line managers are are aware of the changes that are yet to be done and the timeline as well. So to use the Alert Composer tool and run the alerts, you need the following functional privileges. So these privileges are there in the Human Capital Management Integration Specialist role by CDET, and the privileges are allow access to Alert Composer and allow processing of predefined alerts. So with this, we'll be able to effectively communicate salary related changes to appropriate people. So first we need to uh, enable the profile option for this. Once the profile option is enabled, and then you will be configuring the notifications using Alert Composers. Then you'll have to test it before implementing it on your production instance. So this is where the impact level of it has been given as high because it is also related to your salary data. So yeah, that was all from my end. So thanks for bearing me all this time, and over to you, Sachin.
Thank you, Balu, for the wonderful insights. As we have seen, there is a lot of impressive features that came up in this quarter release. So yeah, let's quickly move towards the Q&A part now. Aditya Goswami, could you please unmute yourself and please check if we have received any questions in our chat or question panel?
No, there are no questions.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So yeah, one important message which we would like to convey to all that if you would like to enable Redwood pages for any of the modules, or if you need any further assistance on the Redwood pages, you can certainly write to the Mastek support manager, and they will be able to arrange the required support. Also, uh, you will receive an email in next 3 to 4 days of time wherein presentation and session recording and the scripts will be available at you at a single click. These are the coming sessions which you can see on the screen. Finance or particular dates upcoming in couple of minutes. Workforce management and global payroll schedule on 3rd of July. Supply chain procurement and advanced procurement. Also scheduled on 3rd of July. HR help desk and NORC, it's planned on 9th of July. Talent and OLC Oracle quarterly updates is also planned on 10th of July. Supply chain management, inventory and order management is also planned on 10th of July. In the last session, benefits and compensation Oracle quarterly updates 24C is planned on 11th of July. So please register or ask your colleagues to register and be a part of these webinars. So before you leave us, we would like to have a quick feedback on today's session with the help of poll. So I'm just launching a poll on your screens right now. Please rate your overall experience of today's session. We are one with the lowest rating and five in the highest. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your valuable time. Bye.